Hi, my name's Tim Clark. I'm the School Resource Officer for Whitko Community Schools, and this is my partner, Officer Jake. My first year here at the school was unique because this is a position I've never held before as a school resource officer. I've been a police officer in another jurisdiction for a little over 6 years prior to this, so coming into a school was a new venture for me. And about halfway through that first school year, our assistant principal had brought her little dog in. It was her personal dog, and she just brought it in during lunch a couple of days, and I noticed how much the kids were drawn to her more so than any other time, because the role of the assistant principal is generally the disciplinarian, so a lot of times that person's not always held in the highest regard. And so when I saw a lot more kids coming to her that normally probably wouldn't approach her at the time, it kind of sparked an idea that, hey, this is a great way for me to make more connections, break the ice with those kids that maybe wouldn't normally come visit with me. So I thought that having a dog would give me another avenue to reach out with them. We're a small police department here in South Whitley. We only have 5 full-time officers, so we don't have a lot of extra money laying around for a project like this. So I was told basically if I could raise the money for it, we could do it. So we came up with the plan to raise money for Jake, and then also to raise money for a new vehicle that would be better equipped to transport him around versus the car I was currently in. So we made contact with the Kosciusko County Community Foundation. They gave us a couple of options of grants that we would be able to apply for, which included the Community Funds Grant and also the KREMC Roundup Grant.
Jake is really kind of a great asset for the school on a lot of different levels, but probably the biggest one is just his interaction with students. It is always great to see some of the students that have more abrasive personalities for even other students, staff members, whatever, but man, they light up when they see Jake and they get to pet him, or he comes right to them. They also love it when, every once in a while Officer Clark will get out his tennis ball and throw the ball down the hall, and so just to watch him play is a fantastic resource, I think, for a lot of kids who just don't get that kind of connection sometimes at home or connection that sometimes in class. So to see that, to have that is a great thing for Whitko, and I think it's one of the things that really has made us kind of stand apart from a lot of other schools.
So I think it was a really big step having Jake here the staff and the students really. I have witnessed and I've used Jake a lot when students are just needing that extra support, and like our staff members are really good for that support, but having it come from Jake, like a dog or any other type of pet, is always more beneficial sometimes. Looking at research, dogs can help reduce depression and anxiety, and just being near animals, dogs specifically, just like petting them, can help reduce those feelings and help you get regulated and back to a calm state.
So there was a situation at the end of last year. I remember we had a girl that was with her mental health therapist and then another faculty member, and they were sitting in one of the girls' bathrooms, and she just did not want to leave. Like, she was sitting there on the floor. She was just having a rough go. I don't remember specifically what was causing it that day, but she was in there for probably half an hour, and the teacher had called me and asked if I would bring Jake in, and Jake had been here for a couple of weeks at that point. And so we brought Jake in. After being in there for about 2 to 3 minutes, I was able to get her to come out and go home with her mom that afternoon. We have 1,250 students here at Whitko from K through 12, and in some way or another, most of these kids are going to see a benefit from this canine. It may be something as small as just putting a smile on their face for a day, or it could mean the difference. It could be a life and death difference if some kid has, let's say, a suicidal ideation that day, and maybe seeing the dog or being able to hang out with the dog kind of changes their mindset that day. So we can't really quantify what this dog will do over the course of its life. It's impossible, because we don't know what could have been had he not been here, or what might have been if he wasn't here. But I think so far everybody's really seeing the major benefit from having Jake here, and it's great to have our community be a part of that and support it.
Organizations like the Kosciusko Community Foundation are absolutely critical when it comes to building programs that we may not be able to fund or organize on our own. because of our resources. So, one of the things that I would most like to say is actually just honestly thank you for all the work that you guys do, for all the donations that you guys make to the Community Foundation. It allows us to make those connections with students and create opportunities for students that we wouldn't otherwise have. So honestly, thank you.
For those who give to the Community Foundation, I just want to thank all of you, because it's really making a huge difference in all of our students' lives, and definitely all of our staff members as well, because I definitely utilize Jake many, many times throughout the day.
Being able to provide that little bit of happiness for some of these kids and maybe avert potential crisis, like I said, we can't measure that in any way, and we're obviously forever indebted to the people that helped provide to make this happen.